I can go along with the Prime Minister that Brexit means Brexit, but I cannot go along with the idea that Brexit means Trump. And nor do I believe that that is, and nor do I believe that is inevitable, and nor do I believe that that is what the British people want either. But the danger is this, Mr. Speaker, that the Prime Minister feels it is an inevitable consequence of the decision to leave the EU that we are driven into the arms of President Trump.
Yes.
And if this House says we're going to go ahead with hard Tory Brexit, or full English Brexit, as we're calling it in Scotland now, we're going to sweep aside the concerns that have crossed this House in terms of economic and political damage. We're not going to accept the proposals from Scotland to follow the votes of people in the nation of Scotland and retain our European connection. We're not interested in Scottish jobs and investment and preserving that. If that is the criteria and attitude of government, if that is what this Prime Minister wants to do with Scotland, if she's determined to throw down that gauntlet, then she can be absolutely sure that Nicola Sturgeon, as First Minister, will pick it up.
And we will need to have some kind of bridge to the free trade agreement that we seek with the European Union. At the same time, the European Union needs from us financial commitments that it believes we entered into to pay for European projects that were undertaken while we were a member. And in practice, what that means is that the negotiation will be a trade-off, as all divorces are, between access and money.
I'm not a lawyer, but I fail to understand how one can ask the electorate a question and then even consider disregarding the result. I believe that the referendum is not advice, but an instruction to us. We asked the people, and the people said out, so out we must go.
When all is said and done, the decision on whether the deal the Prime Minister negotiates is good enough will be decided by someone. Someone will make that decision. Should it be the Prime Minister? Should it be those privileged to be here? Or should it be the British people who have to live with that decision? I say it should be put to the people in a referendum. That is why the Liberal Democrats are fighting for the British people to have the final vote on the deal that this government negotiates. Democracy. Democracy means accepting the will of the people at the beginning of the process and at the end of the process.
I would caution those thinking of voting against tonight to be careful what they wish for and to be careful for wishing for second referendums. I think the people, advocates of free speech and free press and a powerful democracy, would view their wishes dimly.
So much of this has been about how we defend democracy by voting for Article 50. It shouldn't be about that. It should be how we strengthen democracy over the next 2 years.
This is the moment we begin to take back control of our laws, our borders and our money. Once again, we become a sovereign nation-state in command of our own destiny, and I am absolutely delighted about that.
I campaigned, like others on this side, for Remain, but I accept the democratic vote, and I think we should allow the Article 50 notice to be triggered. I do agree with those who said that if we do not do that, a crisis in our democracy, which defeat for this bill would lead to, helps no one.
I feel I would be abandoning my duty to my constituents who have overwhelmingly and unwaveringly made their points that they do not want to leave the European Union. 75% of my constituents voted to remain in the European Union.
But the fact is that when we remained in sterling and the Irish Republic joined the euro along with other European partner nations and states, we were told that this would be a massively detrimental act, that this would cause all sorts of major problems on the island of Ireland, that this would lead to all sorts of disruption, economic and political. None of it happened. People adapted.
This must be a deal worthy of the consent of this House. And if she and her negotiators fail to achieve a deal worthy of our country, they will not achieve our consent. The Prime Minister must deliver the deal she claims that she can.
This is a straightforward bill that delivers on the promise made to the people of the United Kingdom to honour the outcome of the referendum. We must trust the people, and I commend this bill to the House.
Allies to the right, 400 to the left, 114.
The ayes to the right, 498. The noes to the left, 114. So the ayes have it. The ayes have it.